from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. It is the part of today's show, Tuesday, February 5th, live on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where I get to hang out with Cam Dobbs. Now, Cam and I did not know each other a few weeks ago. He came on to the show. We started talking about basketball. Then we were talking about waffles. Then I stopped thinking about anything because I was just thinking about waffles. Then we started thinking about food. Then we decided that we're going to do a basketball/food show, but this team's got to take care of some business first. And then Cam and I, we can kind of prepare this in the background. And now Cam is back on the show. So even though we've only talked once on this broadcast, he is one of my favorite people to have on the show because he's like me. We could go anywhere with the conversation. So, besides the fact that I want to dunk my head in waffles, I think we're good this morning. Cam, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me again. It's always a good time when I come up here with you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it as always. So, in the last time that we've spoken just a few weeks back, this team called the Syracuse Stallions is doing pretty good. 16-0, number one ranked team in the nation, undefeated. What are your thoughts on these last few weeks? And we'll get into. There's something else to kind of come off the tail end of this. But what are you thinking about these last few weeks?
Just thinking about staying focused, staying the course. That's about it. Coming into practice. When we do practice throughout the week, and just coming in with a focused mind, and just handling business every night. That's about it, really.
And what are you seeing from this team? I mean, how are you guys staying focused? Because there's always the conversation of how hard it is to stay focused when you're winning and you think nobody can beat you. Is it hard for this team to stay focused, or do you feel like they've kind of locked in at this point?
I feel like we really locked in for the most part. There's a lot of mature guys and a lot of guys that have been playing the game for a long time. So I feel like it's kind of second nature for them to lock in and really maintain focus on the task at hand, which is actually getting to St. Louis and winning a championship.
And when we look at everything that could be here as you continue to do your job and do what you got to do, you decided to become a part of this team. They gave you an opportunity. You took the opportunity, and now here you are. Did you ever think you're going to be a part? Syracuse hasn't had professional basketball since the Nationals years and years and years ago that became the Philadelphia 76ers. So now we're sitting here with ABA basketball, which came before the NBA. It's found its way in and out of our history, and it's been here, it's back again, and you're a part of this history. Did you ever think that there was going to be this much success this early on for this team?
Nah, not at all. I really didn't know what I was getting into when I was first starting out playing for this team. The group of guys that I played with them before in the Utica Pro-Am and stuff like that. But I just didn't know things would turn out the way they did, for sure. Like it's a testament to show like how hard work definitely pays off over and over and over again, and just staying focused. That's about it. It's just that's just how it goes. If you stay the course, stay working hard, only good things can come out of it at the end. So,
speaking here with Cameron Dobbs of the Syracuse Stallions. Cam, I want to go into that other piece that I was talking about, which was the most recent game. Now, this team, your first ever game in the history of the Stallions, the inaugural game, 121-111 over Oneonta at home. And, there was other close game. There was a close game against Scranton, 139-135. There was one against Rochester back in November, 113-105. You blew out a bunch of teams and took care of business on the way through here. Then you played Rochester again, 115-105. This time around, 122-118. So of all the teams that you played, Rochester seems to be your closest bout, and this was closer than any of the other ones. What can you say about the potential rivalry with Rochester?
I feel like it's a pretty good rivalry. We have good games every time we play. And, just the competitiveness on their side and our side, like, I feel like we match up pretty well with all the way down the board, the 1 through the 5. So, it's always fun playing them. I mean, we get into a little, jawing back and forth. That's part of the game. And it's just, I mean, it's a good rivalry to have. I feel like it's good for basketball for sure, especially for the ABA, especially for our East region.
What can you say about now the Binghamton Bulldogs? That's a good rivalry. Rock City Ravens. That's a good. Which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I really don't. I mean, I just, when we step on the floor, we just take care of business at the end of the day. I mean, of course, the crowds are like into it, and the coaches and the players, of course. But I mean, it's another basketball game at the end of the day. We just got to go out there and handle business. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. So, Cam
Dobbs here with us this morning of the Syracuse Stallions. 9 of 12 from the field, 5 of 6 from the inside, 4 for 6 from 3-point range, 3 for 3 at the charity stripe, 25 points. You lead the team over Rock City Ravens. Without you, this team isn't even close to winning. 4 assists, 2 steals in the game, as well as 3 rebounds. Just what you can say about your overall play in the game. Mike Sugamosto, the president of the team, told me that you've been on fire lately. You led the team against Rock City. They needed every single one of your 25 points, and from inside and outside of the arc, you took care of business. Just what you could say about your most recent game.
I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates, getting me open, feeding me the ball, and actually putting pressure on the defense. Because they can score too. They can do all types. That's why I love the team so much. We got so many threats. I mean, we got Mickey, we got me, we got Charles, we got too many guys. We got Lloyd, we got DC. We got so many guys that can put pressure on the defense. It just opens it up for everybody. And anybody can go off at any point in time. So that's what I really like about our team, for sure.
And there's a few things that you have on Twitter here, so I want to take a moment here. At The Real Cam, it's at The Real CAMM _ if you want to follow him there. I got to ask you about the name, Ill Diddy. Where did that come from?
It actually comes from a group of friends that I have back at home, and we have a little crew, a little bond with each other. We actually have a clothing line called Wealth. And it comes from that. I mean, we feel like we're ill, like we're the sickest people in our city, as far as like our style, the way our outlook on life, our business mentality, and that's just really where it comes from, So it's kind of like a household name, a childhood name that we got going on.
And then you also have, pinned on your thing right now, a dunk that you had back in 2016. Bring me into this because I'm 5'8". I have yet to dunk the ball in my life. I can dunk on a 9-foot rim, so I can jump. I know that I can jump because 9 foot is respectable, right? 9 foot's respectable. It's not 10, but it's close. So but I haven't dunked on a 10-foot rim before. So why is this the pinned tweet? Why did you choose this one?
I actually got off Twitter for a while. Like after I pinned that, I was off Twitter for about 2 years after that when I was still in school. But I just pinned it because it was a good dunk. I wanted people to see the dunk. Like whoever came to my page, you could see that I can dunk. So, but I was at my little brother's basketball tournament. He played for the Albany City Rocks, and everybody in the city was like, "Yo, bro, you can't dunk, whatever." And I'm like, "Yo, listen, all right, I'm gonna just dunk for you real quick because you guys are trying to play me like I can't dunk." All right, cool. So I'm like, "Bro, record this." So I just walked up and just boomed it for him real quick. That's just how that went. And it looked good, so I had to post it,
I got to ask you, though, Cam, you have hair that I feel would weigh you down. So,
For sure.
So not only are you dunking with not tremendous height, but you're also dunking with, a very heavy head. So, I think that the world's against you to dunk, yet you still do it.
Yeah, for sure. I had to have some type of athleticism with my height. I'm only 5'11", 6 foot on a great day. So I had to find some other facets of my game that,
I wish I could say that. I wish I could be like, I'm 5'8", but I'm 6 foot on a great day. On a really good day when the sun's shining a certain way and I turn my head a certain way, I'm 6 foot.
Right. Get up, stretch real quick, get a good stretching in the morning. Yeah, I'm 6 foot for sure.
You know what I realized, and my mom actually said this too, when I'm sick, I grow. I look like I grow when I'm sick. It's so crazy. I don't want to be sick, but I get taught. I'll be standing in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, damn it, I'm sick today. I done grew. But now you put the message out. I got the game in a squeeze. You put that out less than 24 hours ago.
For sure.
Why'd you put that out?
I just happened to be listening to a Drake song, and I could definitely relate to it at the time because I mean, it wasn't really more so like a solo thing. It was more so kind of like a us thing. Like, I got the game in the squeeze. Like, me and my team, we got the game in the squeeze right now. Like, we're undefeated. We're feeling good. I mean, we're growing. We're getting better each and every day. And I mean, that's just what it is right now.
What
it feels like.
But I got to go back. I'm speaking here with Cam Dobbs of the Syracuse Stallions, undefeated, #1 ranked team in the nation. Keep working, keep doing their thing. I gotta go back to the hair. How do you? I mean, my hair is so short. Like, when it grows a little bit, I shave it down. Like, I can't. I have thick hair. I'm Italian and Hispanic. I have thick, dark hair, so I got to shave it off all the time. So, I mean, this is my style. You know, Dino Babers told me I look fresh, so I guess I'm doing something right. But my thing with you is the amount of hair you have on your head. I could wear that for a day to see how it feels, and then when I go to sleep at night, I'd be like, bro, get off me. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Like, what made this happen? What made you decide that, you know, you were going to have heavier hair than Pac-Man Jones or Troy Polamalu?
I mean, I've had my hair since I was about like 2 years old. My mother, it's actually a funny story. My mother said she's seen a kid on a McDonald's commercial with dreads, and she was like, well, I feel like my son will look very well with dreads. So she started twisting my hair from there, and then I've just had them ever since. They've been like kind of like my trademark growing up, so I've just kept them ever since. They used to be way longer before, which is funny. I had to trim them because I couldn't do a spin move in the game. They kept like hitting me in my face, so I had to trim them a little bit. Do
you feel weighted down though when you're playing? Does it feel like someone's pulling on your head all the time?
Nah, not at all. Because I mean, I've had them for so long, so I just, you know, you get used to it after a while. I mean, I've had them for 22 years now. So yeah, I'm kind of used to it now. It doesn't really, weigh me down.
I feel like we should make some type of replica of your hair that I have to wear for the day, and we should film that. I think we should do that.
Hey, I'm for that. That might get a lot of views.
Yeah. I just to see it, you know. I think I could pull it off, but I think that the first time that it would be put on my head, I'd fall over. I mean, I don't know if I could stand. I don't know if I could do it.
I feel like my hair kind of contributed to my athleticism too, so I kind of.
Well, yeah, because you probably got broad shoulders and like a tough neck because you got to keep it up the whole time. Your brain's probably very strong too because your brain's got to hold it up. So I don't know what's going on, man. You just got to. But listen, good for you. So Cam Dobbs, Syracuse Stallions, hanging out with us this morning for a few more minutes. Tell me about this team, the chemistry of the team. What's it like being at practice? What's it like being in the huddle?
It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy, motivation, constructive criticism. I mean, it's a lot. We bring a lot of different things to our huddles and practices. A lot of energy. Because we're all friends outside of the court, so it's easy to bring that energy and that camaraderie onto the court because we're all, acclimated to each other's game, each other's lifestyle, So, I mean, I feel like that makes it a lot easier. But, coach in that huddle, he's going crazy, We need defense. Gotta play defense. Can't keep this team in the game. Da, da, da. Like, he really, he puts a lot of pressure on us to perform, and I feel like we live up to the challenge every time. So, it's definitely big kudos to him and everybody on the team, for sure.
We talk about team chemistry. You bring in a guy deep into the season in Dane Miller. He was good right off the jump. What can you say about the chemistry of all that? Because sometimes it's really hard to have, a new face come into a team of guys that have, or men or women that have been together for so long. It's hard to have the newbie in, but he seemed to get acclimated pretty quick.
For sure. I mean, he played like a vet. So, I mean, coming in, plus he has a lot of pro experience also. So, I mean, coming in and just playing the game of basketball and knowing how the game operates, I mean, it makes it a lot easier for everybody else to build chemistry with you because you know the game. So, I mean, it's easy to play with somebody that knows the game. I mean, if he was coming in, no knowledge of the game, this, that, and the third, and he had to, learn. I mean, but that's not the case. So, he came in, I mean, immediate impact off rip. I mean, I was familiar with his game because, I played with him before in past times. So, I mean, I just feel like we kind of got lucky with the guys that we got because we're all familiar with each other. So the basketball world is a small world. So, I mean, that kind of attributes to a lot of our camaraderie.
Even though you knew him and he's successful on the team right off the jump, how hard is it to accept somebody in Syracuse that went to a place called Rutgers?
I mean, I don't know how that goes. I don't know. I mean, I'm from Albany, so
Yeah, because Rutgers is not. There's not a lot of love between Syracuse and Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean that's between the Syracuse residents and all of that. I'm not part of that, so I can't speak on it.
So you got Ryan McCarthy, you got Chris Gilks, Lloyd Parkman, you have George Graham, yourself, Kenton Chanman, Jamel Stanley, Mickey Davis, Nick Perioli, Dane Miller, Dajuan Coleman, Charles B. Coates, Ryan Caldwell. You put all that together, we got 16-0. We got an undefeated team. We got a team that's destined for hopeful greatness.
For sure.
How would you describe the personalities that make up this team?
Hey, to be honest, the personalities are all over the place. I can't even. It's like it's like a eclectic painting of personality. You get the whole spectrum of everybody. I promise you. From the quietest person on the bench might be the funniest person on the team. From the loudest person, it's crazy. So
let's go down the line here. Who's the funniest person on the team?
The funniest person? I don't know. I think it's me personally. It's funny because when I first got to the team, me, Chris, and Lloyd were all together, I think. And I was telling Chris, I'm like, yo, bro, like this is when I first got in the team. Like I was kind of like not nervous, but like, I was trying to like feel the team out and stuff because I didn't know all the personalities on the team at first, so I had to get acclimated. But I was like, yo, Chris, for real, bro, like I'm probably the funniest person on the team when I get comfortable, bro. You guys see. And then, like, later down the line, he's like, yeah, bro, you weren't lying. You probably the funniest one on the team, bro, for sure. You probably the funniest one.
Yeah, I mean, you're a terrible interview, but everything else is good. I'm kidding. Dude, I talked to you we're here live on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora this morning. I talked to you. This is the second time that we've spoken on the show, and I talked to you like I grew up with you. So
yeah. Sure. I'm open. I'm real open and real relatable. So I mean, personable. That's one of my key traits. I feel like being real personable with people. So
yeah, that's how you got to be. So who's the quietest on the team?
The quietest? I'll probably say. I want to say Ryan's the quietest one on the team.
Okay.
For sure.
And then who is the? I guess eclectic is my word. Who's the one that's not strange, like strange in a good way? Like who's the one that's just kind of like off the beaten path?
Lloyd.
Who is that? Lloyd
Parkman, my boy Lloyd.
Why is it Lloyd? I've talked to Lloyd. I like Lloyd. Why Lloyd?
Lloyd has probably like 5 different personalities, bro. You get the calm, cool Lloyd, then you get the loud Lloyd, then you get the CSP Lloyd. You get a lot of Lloyds. Lloyd is. So
if there's 5 personalities of Lloyd, he could start a boy band right now and be all right.
That's a fact. Lloyd could have his own starting 5 for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Maybe he should go see Split.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a good movie. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's a real good movie. I didn't see Glass yet, though. I got to see Glass.
Glass is good. I'm going to go up to Lloyd now. I'm going to go up to Lloyd this weekend in the game, and I'm going to talk to Lloyd and be like, listen, man, etc. I was going to give it to him. The beast is coming for you, etc. So I hope he's seen the movie. If not, he's going to, you know what? One of his personalities will laugh. So we'll be okay.
Yeah, one of them will.
Lloyd Parkman. Now I got to have him on the show to redeem himself because just put him on blast this morning. Now I got to ask you about Wonton because he's got like the best name.
For sure.
Kenton Chanman's got the best name because his name is Kenton Chanman, which already sounds like a character in a movie, and then he's Wonton, which makes him like. I think Wonton and Mr. Chow should do a movie together. That's just my thought. It's just how I feel. And when I saw him, the last game one of the games that I went to, he came over to me, and he's just like big smiles, fun guy. What do you think about Wonton?
Man, he's been my boy for a while. Like ever since I met him back during back again at the Utica Pro. I want to say probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I met him over there, and I mean, he was just a fierce competitor, and I think he got like MVP that year. And it was just a common mutual respect for one another. Like when we was playing, we was going at each other. He was getting his buckets, I was getting my buckets. We talking a little trash, and we just built like a brotherhood from there. Because I mean, personally, I feel like we were the two best guards in the program at the time, and that battle between us was real cool. And we built a bond from there. So, he cool. That's my man. So that's my big brother right there. You know what it is? He was the first person I texted when he got hurt. I was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna need you because like I'm gonna need you to guide me through this point guard situation because I don't normally run point guard. Take the bills downstairs, bro. I don't normally run point guard, so like he was real open and really like took me in with open arms and was teaching me certain plays, teaching me certain reads to make as a point guard, and it was just a lot of things he was showing me. And I mean, that's my boy. That's my man right there. He's a character too. If you see him on the bench, he goes crazy. That's my.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. Well, it was the same type of thing because like it was the first time like we had talked on the phone, but I had not met him face to face, and so at the game that you guys had downtown when you had to move the one from MPH, he came over to me and he just had a big smile. He's like, "What up, Dan?" Like he had known me forever. And I looked at him because it took me because he's like, "What up, Dan?" And I was like, "How do you know who I am?" I was like, "Were you paid to follow me?" But no, it was he's just like he's all smiles. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, for a fact. It might be out of me and him who's the funniest on the team, for sure. So I might have to go with him now. Because he'd be having me die 24/7. He's funny.
Yeah, well, and so it's going to be exciting. This weekend's going to be awesome. Why should fans come out this weekend? February 9th and 10th, you got Wyoming Valley and Binghamton. Why should fans buy tickets at SyracuseStallions.com?
Because you're going to see a great game of basketball. You're going to see highlights. You're going to see camaraderie. You're going to see anything that you need to see, and bring kids, other basketball players, bring whoever. You're just going to see great basketball, and you don't want to miss it. Number one team in the country. I mean, I just feel like we're just a team to watch right now, and we never disappoint. So definitely come out.
Syracuse Stallions, Cam Dobbs here with us. Cam, you're coming on the show more often after this. I've made the decision, so you're going to have to keep your phone by your side. You're coming on the show more. Because
I'll do that for you.
The world's got to laugh more, etc. So, we got to do it. See, I like when people have seen the movie Split because then I can do the impression without people being like, what the hell is that? Because my buddy, like, they love it. But that movie, I said that I could, okay, well, first of all, in Glass, he has 24 personalities. And I said, I can go see that movie because I dated women who had more than 24. So the 24 to me is tame. I'm watching him like, hello, dear. And I'm like, oh, this isn't weird at all. I'm used to this. I was like, Mandy? But it's all good, man. It's all good. But I'll see you this weekend, and you're definitely going to be on the show more, so you're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me today, man. I look forward to seeing you, for sure.
All right, man. Be good. Take care of your hair, okay?
There you go. Got you.